Okay, bleeding cool. Look at moves at New York Comic Con. I have with me writer and artist Des Taylor, all the way from London. Des is the writer, artist, and creator of Katie Rogers, which is a comic series running on Madefire, which is an app on the iPad. And before that, it was actually a series that was published by Ape Comics, which a lot of people should be reading because it's not a superhero book. It's about Katie Rogers, a brassy London East End girl working in the fashion industry in New York. So, we were talking earlier, Dave, why did you come up with this story instead of, say, a superhero story or a war story or whatever?
Right, here we go. Legend has it that in 2005 I was suffering a lot of pain. I broke my patella tendon in my right leg playing football. I was living out my Ronaldinho obsession, but literally failed. So whilst I was lying down in a hospital bed,
Doped up on morphine, no less.
Doped up on morphine and gabapentin, which is absolutely the most evil drug on the planet Earth. I sat down and I thought about, well, I wanted to do a new hero. There were enough superheroes being done, so I wanted to try and think of what would be new, fresh, that some people would be able to relate to. And lo and behold, it came to me when a friend of mine, her name's Lauren, was I would say nursing me, most mentally, to get over my injury. And she was just saying to me, Des, I've got this to do today and I've got to run down to London and pick up this and that, and I've got all this work to do in the evening, and then I've still got to see my boyfriend for dinner and something like that. And it was the big multitasking thing that she was telling me about. It formed into this character. Now, I used to work for Natmax, do Company, Mall Magazine, Cosmopolitan, and I used to listen to the chat that was in the office from the office girls, and from listening to their stories, that also helped to gel this character, Katie Rogers. As we were going along, it first started off as web episodes that you could read on MySpace.
Yep.
We ended up with nearly 7,000 followers on MySpace, mostly girls. And they related to the character. And let's say the popularity just went through the roof. They came back asking for a book. You know, you should collect all of these strips in the book. And I thought, you know what? I didn't really want to. Excuse me if I take out my gum.
It's all right.
I didn't really want to do a strip book. I wanted to do, like a graphic novel to tell like a whole story. So I sat down, thought about it, did the book, looked for a publisher, and most publishers wouldn't touch it because they couldn't understand the concept. But they all said it would work really great as a TV show.
Right.
So out of the blue, Ape Entertainment, they said they liked it, they said they were really interested in publishing it. So I was with Ape for about 3 years, and whilst it did okay, I don't think they knew what to really do with it.
Right.
I mean, they spoke about, lots of brands could use the character to promote their products and stuff. We could get, like fashion magazines interested, but they're comic book guys. They didn't really understand what to do with it. So anyway, mutual agreement, sort of parted ways, and I put Katie on the shelf.
Right.
Pretty much, I didn't know what to do with the character at all. I went off to, create other things. And one day, I think it was like searching through my computer files, and I had a look, and she was there staring me in the face. I'm like, I really want to reboot her. Just don't know how. Don't know, what's the concept. Before she was a fashion reporter, but I didn't want to keep her stuck at a desk. I wanted to get her out in the city, doing stuff. And I thought maybe that she is not the most important character in the book. I know that sounds kind of weird, which then the publicist thing came up. I thought, hold on a second, if she's representing really neurotic or crazy clients, then she becomes even a more greater hero.
Right.
Because she's supposedly this. She's hot, but she's like.
She's a multitasker. She's this no-nonsense East End girl in the fashion industry in New York, which is one of the places in the world most prone to neuroses and pretensions.
Exactly.
And just utter bullshit, basically.
Exactly. And with Katie, where she's from in East London, they can smell bullshit from a mile off.
Yep.
And she knows how to deal with blaggers and people that disreputable, and she see them coming a mile off. So straight after that, so I sort of revamped her. Still didn't really know what I was going to do, even though I created an entire new book. Didn't know publishers. I remember submitting to Image, got the same response. I don't know if there's a market for this. Do you know what I mean? Girls don't read comics, sort of thing. I'm like, I want to change that attitude, because there are girls out there that do read comics.
Yep.
And then
there are girls out there who are hungry for good comics.
Well, good comics, and it's not like I'm trying to say like, this is a comic for girls. It's not a comic just for girls.
No.
Most of the guys dig it.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
No, it's about hot girls basically dealing with crazy life shit.
Exactly. Right, and whether guys know about that sort of life, guys can relate to it because most of their girlfriends live this life. So, the multitasking thing. Yeah. And so I thought, what am I going to do? I came to New York Comic Con.
Yep.
And Katie Rogers was at DC Comics.
Yeah.
For about 6 months.
Oh right, yeah.
And then. Same thing, and said, well, we were expecting maybe we could do this with a line called Minx. I'm not sure how long Minx lasted, but didn't last very long. Then after that, sat down on the shelf for a bit more.
And then Madefire came along.
No, Madefire didn't come along yet.
Oh?
Enough, it was ITV. So I was sitting down in New York Comic Con. That was it. I was doing Vesha Valentine.
Right.
It was a story of a showgirl. And somebody from Fox came over to me and said, we'd love to do this as a live action movie. I was like, really? Okay. Took me out to dinner, had a long chat. I thought everything was done except for signing the deal. And then ITV that night hijacked. On the roof of a hotel. They had drinks with the creative director, and basically said, look, I've been a fan of Katie Rogers for a while. I'd be really interested in doing it as an animated cartoon. And that won out. Cool. Sorry, I had ego. I had visions of my own drawings and my own character running around the screen rather than having some dolly bird running around. Pretend to be a character. So ITV came in. I haven't looked back since then. We walking around in San Diego Comic Con. We found Madefire, and the whole motion book thing. I'd never seen a motion book before. And lo and behold, I was won over. Called over my friend Claudia, who's in charge of the whole Katie Rogers project. She had a look at Madefire, negotiated everything, and bosh, here we are today. And we have a brand new motion book of Katie Rogers. So I am happy in those respects.
Have you gotten a lot of feedback from fans and readers who read the new Madefire version of Katie Rogers?
Yes, funny enough, feedback's been absolutely brilliant. More than I would have anticipated.
Nice.
At this con today, we've had a few people that didn't know that there was a new Katie Rogers book out.
Yeah.
Who are fans of the old one. So that was quite a surprise. It felt really good that they were excited that there's a new one. And I'm just like trying to figure out exactly what's the next step. Looking for an animation company to do the animation, which we had the meeting today.
Yep.
So hopefully that all comes through. And then hopefully we'll get to see Katie move.
Yep. And in the meantime, everyone gets to see her move a little bit on the Madefire app,
on the Madefire app
on
so
iOS.
Yes. So there you go.
Yep. So Des Taylor, thanks a lot.
You're more than